All right, today I'm going to show you a full core connection breathwork that helps balance your pelvic floor. I think this breathwork is amazing for during pregnancy or postpartum. It of course can be used by anyone, anytime, and you'll get benefits. But I specifically loved it for myself during my first pregnancy and now my second, and during postpartum time. I'm Grace. I helped people for an entire decade rehabbing their body, making it more functional, and having optimal health where they could thrive and age well. So let's get into today's video that I hope will be so helpful for you. This breathwork kind of opens up and expands parts of your core that should be open and available for full use and capacity. And most importantly, it helps your diaphragm and pelvic floor move and flow together. So a lot of people think that the pelvic floor has to be targeted in an isolated state, doing strengthening workouts, or maybe it's like massage in the pelvic floor, stuff like that. But for my personal experience in balancing my pelvic floor, you want to work the body as a system, and the pelvic floor comes into balance as a result. Because your diaphragm works in harmony with your pelvic floor, when you breathe, they move together up and down. If your diaphragm is shut off and locked up, which is actually really common with people because we often hunch or have some kind of posture that kind of shuts off your diaphragm. If that's shut off, the pelvic floor can't function properly. A lot of people also think that, oh, if I'm having pelvic floor issues like peeing my pants or sex hurts or something like that, that my pelvic floor must be too weak and I need to strengthen it. But sometimes it just needs to be relaxed. So this breath work is really great because if it does need to be relaxed, it will naturally help it go into more of a relaxed state. And personally, I find that more people have an overly tight pelvic floor and it may be kind of weak because it's tight than it's just loose and weak in general. So this breath work alone can be extremely helpful to a lot of people. That being said, I do think it's really important to then do some strengthening exercise for your body, not specifically the pelvic floor, but for your body to help support the pelvic floor. So some people can do only this breath work and receive benefits, but other people need to do the breath work combined with some strengthening exercises that help also support their body. And I have another video that I'm putting out that will go over 4 really simple, really gentle movements to support your core. It's two movements that are directly for your core, one for your upper back and one for the glutes. And all those areas help hold and support the pelvic floor. So I really hope that you guys find the breath work and that new video that I'll put out super helpful. They've been so supportive to me in my pregnancy. Ideally, you do all this stuff before you get pregnant, but I found even if you get into pregnancy and you find you're starting to leak or pee, or like when you're sneezing, maybe throwing up, whatever, this is so supportive even in pregnancy and gentle enough that you can do in pregnancy. Both obviously the breath work, but then the strengthening movements as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Ideally, this breath work is nicest to do lying down, but you can do it seated like I'm doing in this video. The way I'm giving instructions is intended for when you're in a lying down position, so please keep that in mind. Starting with your hands on your belly and diaphragm, you're going to breathe in, inhaling and expanding your belly up towards the ceiling, and then gently exhaling all your breath out. And with every breath that you take in, you'll expand up towards the ceiling. And you'll take 3 breaths in each area before moving on to the next. Now breathing into your belly and diaphragm and your low back, you'll feel your breath breathe up towards the ceiling and down towards the ground. Breathing into your belly up towards the ceiling and breathing into your low back down towards the ground. 3 breaths, nice and gentle and full. Keeping one hand on your low back, now bring another to your rib cage, and you're going to breathe in towards your belly, down towards your back, and out to the sides of the rib cage. And with every breath, you expand in your belly, in your low back, and out to the sides of your rib cage. 3 full, comfortable breaths. Leaving one hand on your rib cage, bring the other to your chest, and now breathe into your belly, up towards the ceiling, into your low back towards the ground, into your rib cage out to the sides, and then into your chest and upper back. Breathing in and out, 3 full breaths. Your belly expands up towards the ceiling, your low back down towards the ground, your rib cage out to the sides, your chest up towards the ceiling, and your upper back down towards the ground. Keeping one hand on your chest, bring your other hand to your very low abdomen near the pelvic floor, and now you'll breathe into this area. The front of your body, the belly and chest expand up towards the ceiling. Your entire back expands down towards the ground. Your rib cage is expanding out to the sides, and now you're expanding down into the pelvic floor. With each breath, all of these areas continue to expand. If you don't feel any slight pressure into your pelvic floor, as you do this breath work regularly, you will start to sense your pelvic floor area. Lastly, keep one hand near your pelvic floor and the other hand on your throat. Here we will breathe into the throat, expanding still our front line of our body towards the ceiling, our back towards the ground, our ribs out to the sides, our breath down into our pelvic floor, and now our breath goes up to the lowest part of the neck. Continue to expand and breathe into all these areas for full 3 comfortable breaths. Expanding your breath in your front line up towards the ceiling, your breath into your back down towards the ground, your breath into the sides of your rib cage out to the sides, down into the pelvic floor, and up into the lowest part of your neck. And once you're complete, you can return back to a comfortable, neutral breath. I recommend doing this daily or as often as possible. Thank you for joining today.